What's up guys, today I'm bringing you a Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. This is a OU match versus Max, and before we begin, please make sure to leave a like. It does help a lot, and this is gonna be a really awesome match, so you guys will definitely enjoy this. I'm using a team which I made around Gardevoir and Magnezone. For my team, Magnezone traps and kills steel types like Ferrothorn and Scizor for Gardevoir, and looking at this team, he's using a team made around Magnezone and Mega Pinsir. For his team, Magnezone traps and kills Skarmory for Mega Pinsir to sweep. So with that being said, let's get into this match. I'm gonna be leading off with my Gardevoir as he's gonna be leading off with his Landorus. On turn 1, his ability shows up on the screen before mine, which means that his Landorus is faster than my Gardevoir because the Pokemon whose ability goes first on the screen is the faster one out of the two. So knowing this, I know he's either a Choice Scarf Landorus or he's max speed. Choice Scarf Landorus seems to be much more logical, so I know I can take anyone hit from him because of his own Intimidate, which I traced, and I'm gonna take this U-turn really well, and I'm gonna go right for the Hyper Voice as he ends up going into his Mew. And looking at the damage which this Hyper Voice does, I know he's a stall breaker, especially defensive Mew, so I'm gonna go right for the Taunt, which can shut him down, and he will not be able to go for the Will-O-Wisp or heal himself, and that's great for me. Now here I'm gonna make a really bad misplay. I reveal that I have Hidden Power Ground on my Gardevoir, and the reason why this is a big misplay is because now he knows that my Gardevoir has HP Ground, so he will not be going into his Heatran because HP Ground can 2-hit KO his Heatran, and I should not have predicted this early in the match. So he's gonna go for the Psyshock, which is gonna bring me down really low, and he's gonna save his Mew because he can heal up on my Magnezone, because Stall Breaker Mew usually run a lot of speed to outspeed base 70 Pokemon. So he's gonna save his Mew and go into his Assault with Azumarill, but this Hyper Voice is gonna do a really nice chunk despite of him being an Assault with Azumarill. I'm gonna save my Gardevoir as a dead fodder, so I'm gonna switch into my Magnezone as he ends up going for the Aqua Jet, which was the safest play, and now I can scare him out with an electric type move. He's gonna go into his Landorus so that he can stop my Volt Switch, but I did predict his Landorus, so I'm gonna go right for the Flash Cannon, which is gonna do over half, and this is gonna help me later on because his Landorus is severely weakened. So I'm gonna go into my own Landorus because I don't want my Magnezone dying to an Earthquake because it is one of my checks to his Azumarill. So I'm gonna go into my own Landorus as he goes for the U-turn, and he goes into his Mew hoping that I'm a defensive Landorus so that he can heal up, but this is not the case because I'm a Choice Scarf Landorus and I'm running a hyper offensive team, so there is no reason why I would be running a defensive Landorus on such team. So I'm gonna hit him up with a U-turn and his Mew is gonna go down, and I'm gonna go into my Gardevoir, which I have been saving as a dead fodder, and I can see what he goes out into, and I can get the switch initiative. So he's gonna go into his Landorus and knock me out with the U-turn, and my Gardevoir is gonna go down. However, I can see what he goes into, and I can go into the appropriate Pokemon. It turns out that he goes into his Assault with Azumarill, and because of the damage which I got on him with the Hyper Voice before, I can knock him out with the Psyshock from my Latios. So I'm gonna go into my Latios and go right for the Psyshock as he's gonna go into his Heatran. There's not much I can do to him, so I'm gonna go into my Keldeo expecting him to go for the Stealth Rocks, but he's gonna make a nice play by going for the double switch, and he's gonna go into his Azumarill expecting me to go into my Keldeo, and the way he's trying to predict me, I'm sure he's gonna predict me once again to go into my Magnezone just like I did before. So I'm expecting him to go for the knockoff or waterfall as he does end up going for the knockoff, and by doing this I'm basically forcing him to go for the player up so that I can take this opportunity to go into my Magnezone safely without risking my Magnezone being put into the range where his Aqua Jet can knock me out. So he's gonna go for the player up, and now I'm expecting him to go into his Heatran, so I'm gonna go for the Thunderbolt as he's gonna go into his own Magnezone, and it turns out that he's running more speed than me, so he's gonna go for the HP Fire and knock my Magnezone out, and I'm pretty sure he's a Choice Scarf or Choice Specs Magnezone, so I'm gonna go into my Tyranitar so that I can get up my Stealth Rocks, and something unfortunate happens for him. Here he forgets to pick his move, and the game picks a move for him, and because he was Choice, he's able to go for the HP Fire, and this is really unfortunate for him, but there's not much I can do. So I'm gonna go for the Pursuit as he tries to switch out, and he's gonna go into his own Landorus. Now this is quite a crucial play of this match, so I know that he's not going for the Earthquake because I do have a Landorus which can easily come in, and he knows that my own Landorus is Choice Scarf as well, so he's gonna try to go for the knockoff so that he can knock off the Choice Scarf on my Landorus so that my Landorus is no longer a check to his Mega Pinsir. So knowing this, I'm gonna go for the Pursuit, as even if he goes for the U-turn, I can live it and I'll be able to knock him out with the Pursuit. And he does end up going for the knockoff, which is great for me, which means that I can Pursuit trap this Landorus and kill him, which is amazing because that's one less ground resist for him, and this Landorus can now annoy my Latios. So Landorus is gonna go down, and the reason why I thought that he'll go for the knockoff over Earthquake was because if I was him, I will also try to go for the knockoff so that I can get rid of the Choice Scarf of opposing Landorus, so that I do have some chance of winning with my Mega Pinsir. So he's gonna go into his Magnezone, forgetting that my Tyranitar can outspeed him, and he's gonna go down to the EQ. So now he's gonna go into his Azumarill and he's gonna go for the Aqua Jet, but still I'm able to live because Tyranitar is a bulky monster, and I'm gonna go right for the Stone Edge to knock him out. His last two Pokemon are his Mega Pinsir and his Heatran. He's gonna go into his Pinsir so that he can knock me out with the Close Combat or Earthquake, so that he can get the Moxie boost, as he's running the Moxie on his Mega Pinsir. And this is not really a big deal because I do have a Choice Scarf Landorus in the back, and I also have my Latios, which can easily live a +1 quick attack from this Pinsir. So I'm gonna go into my Latios because I don't want to risk the Stone Edge missing. So I'm gonna go right for the Draco Meteor because I don't want to mess around with this threat, as he's gonna go into his Heatran, which will be able to take a Draco Meteor, and I'm not gonna stay in because I don't want my Latios getting weakened by Lava Plume or a possible burn, because I might need my Latios for his Pinsir so that I can live a quick attack. Like I've said before, I don't trust the chances of hitting the Stone Edge from my Landorus on his Mega Pinsir, so I'm gonna save my Latios because I'm depending on it to kill his Mega Pinsir. So I'm gonna pull the switch into my Keldeo and knock out his Heatran with the Scald, and his last Pokemon is his Mega Pinsir. There is no way he can win now because I do have the Latios chilling in the back, which is waiting to kill this Mega Pinsir, and it turns out that he does not try to go for the quick attack. He goes for the Swords Dance and he's gonna die to the Scald, and that's gonna be the game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. It was a really fast, fun match, and if you did, make sure to leave a like, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.